Good day and welcome back to the Family Cyber Clinic. This week we're going to be focusing on encryption, particularly focusing on flash drive or memory stick encryption. You see, we can lock our phones, we can lock our cars, we can lock our computers, but did you know that you can secure your flash drive or your memory stick too? USB flash drive or memory stick encryption is a simple way to ensure that your private data remains protected. Encryption is a method of restricting access to your flash drive or your memory stick, either by software or hardware installed on the drive that requires a key to unlock it. The unfortunate reality is that flash drives or memory sticks can be physically lost or stolen, and so therefore it is important, extremely important, to protect your valuable information. So the two types of encryption, as I've already mentioned, are hardware and software encryption. We'll leave information on the hardware encryption options in the description, but our focus this week will be on software encryption. All right? So it's important that you understand that encryption protects your data. Many of us have information stored in the cloud, and the cloud affords a lot of security that benefits the user. But many want to keep their physical data on them. They don't want to have to log on or access the internet to access their data. As good as that sounds and as convenient as it is, we still need to make sure that that data on the drive that you're physically holding is secure. Okay? So we're going to focus on two platforms, the Windows platform and the Apple Mac or the Mac platforms. So I'm going to show you how to encrypt a USB drive, a flash drive, or a memory stick. We call it all sorts of things, using a software called BITLOCKER. So on the Windows platform, the software that needs to be installed is called BITLOCKER. That's Windows 7 and above. Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 8.1, and then Windows 10. All those have BITLOCKER available as a default application for encryption. So the first thing we have to do is connect the blank USB drive to the computer. Of course, if it's not blank, then move the data from it. I often advise that you move the data or copy the data to the desktop and confirm that you can access the data before you proceed. So you open your File Explorer and find the USB drive on the left, usually named after the manufacturer. Okay. Right click on your drive and choose Turn on BITLOCKER. BITLOCKER will launch and ask you to choose how you want to unlock this drive. Check Use a password to unlock the drive. Enter a strong password. Yes, we're big on strong passwords. Enter a strong password twice. If you want any information about strong password setting, please look at the info card and go over the video, and it will help you no end. Okay? So next, after setting the strong password twice, you'll be asked, how do you want to back up your recovery key? So you either save it to a file on the computer you're using, or you print it. You can do both, of course. Next, choose Encrypt Used Disk Space Only. And that's if you haven't removed the files, as I mentioned in the first step. Choose Encrypt Entire Drive if you have moved your files, okay? Now choose Compatible Mode, and this is important. This allows you maximum compatibility with other devices and computers. And that basically means that anytime you plug your drive into a computer, you will not have any issue if you've chosen the maximum compatibility. But if it's limited compatibility or minimum compatibility, you'll find that it may not show up. It may even show up as a damaged disk. Of course, ignore the warning, but to avoid the warning in the first place, it's best that you choose maximum compatibility with other devices and computers. The next, you select Start Encrypting. During this process, please do not remove that drive. Do not remove the drive while that's encrypting. It may take some time, but be patient. Once it's finished, you'll get a message saying encryption is finished. Encryption is finished. So anytime you connect your flash drive or your memory stick again to a computer, a compatible computer I should say, you'll be prompted to enter the password you chose. Please note that you will not be able to use this drive on a computer that does not have BitLocker installed. And of course that means you will not be able to use this drive on a Mac computer, for example, which uses a totally different application for encryption. All right, so you can only use this drive on a Windows computer, Windows 7 to Windows 10 that has BitLocker installed. Okay. All right, so next we'll talk about how to encrypt the USB drive or the flash drive or the memory stick on a Mac computer. All right. So like Windows, Mac generally includes encryption software on their desktops already, so you will not have to install or download another software program. Insert the USB flash drive or memory stick and move all files off the drive into a safe location, which we recommend would be the desktop or the documents folder. You do that before you start the process. Open Finder. Finder is the equivalent of the File Explorer. Open Finder and look for Disk Utility under Applications. Remember, this happens after you've plugged the drive into the computer. You should see the drive on the left-hand list. Choose it. Choose your device from the left-hand list. With it selected, go to the Erase tab. Choose Mac OS Extended, in parentheses, journaled. Okay? Click on the Erase button to delete all data on drive. Again, a word of caution. Make sure that you have copied your data to the desktop or the documents folder and you have confirmed that you can access that data before you erase the data on the drive. So you click on the Erase button to delete all data on drive. When completed, open File menu, click on New, and then Blank Disk Image. Okay, the save location should be your USB drive name. So the name that you have chosen, you select it. Okay. You also have to select a size that's close to the capacity of your USB drive and make it slightly smaller. Then you choose either 128-bit or 256-bit AES encryption. With partitions, choose single partition. Go to Image Format and click Read Write Disk Image and then click Create. Make sure you input a strong password, as we've mentioned earlier, or use the password generator that the Mac computer offers you to create one. And now it will be the key icons, just for those who don't know what that is. You can also set a password hint. Keep the copy of that password safe elsewhere. All right. Copy files to drive and put them on the DMG disk image file. They will not be password protected if they are not in that file. All right. And that's it. You've encrypted your drive on a Mac computer. Needless to say, if you have to use that drive on a computer that's Windows, it will flag an error. All right, so it has to be used on a Mac computer. All right, I'm going to share some additional USB drive or memory stick security tips. The first will be, if you want to reuse your drive for something else not so sensitive, make sure to erase all data once you're done using it for secure purposes. Second is, keep your encryption key and encrypted drive separate. And of course, don't lose the key. The third will be that you should keep an emergency backup decryption key. So you always have it close to hand in case the original gets lost. Lastly, if your drive malfunctions and you cannot fix it, it's best to physically destroy the drive in such a way that it cannot be repaired or infiltrated. Oftentimes when we do not have, or we can't access our data on a drive for whatever reason, we assume that the drive is dead, and in most cases it is, but the data is not necessarily dead or inaccessible. So we have to securely destroy, physically destroy the USB drive so that no one can access the data on it. If you want methods on how to physically destroy your data, look at the description for more information. All right? We're going to break the flow from recommending mobile apps that has proven to be quite popular. And so I apologize for those who were hoping to sign in this week to see another recommended mobile app. We'll return next week, I promise. So Microsoft have urged people who have Windows 7 computers, so the Windows 7 operating system on their computers. Microsoft have urged you to patch your Windows system following a report of a widespread attack based on what's called the BLUEKEEP vulnerability. Quite technical, but I'll give a little overview. BLUEKEEP is the code name for a security hole dubbed CVE 2019-0708. It was first revealed in May 2019, and the flaw in the Windows 7 platform or the Windows Server 2008 platforms allows attackers break into computers using the remote desktop protocol, simply called RDP. And they do this without bothering with the RDP logon first. And that's severe, you know. So Microsoft have urged that people who have the Windows 7 operating systems patch their computers without delay. All right? The PowerPoint for this week: heed instruction and be wise, and do not neglect it. I'm your host, Cyber Pastor Lawrence Edem. Until next week, God bless and goodbye.